Hi everyone, it's Lisa from FlatStomachExercises.com. This special video is directly for teens. When I created FlatStomachExercises.com, I never estimated the number of emails that I would receive from desperate, and I do mean desperate, teenagers who will do anything to lose weight. And frankly, a lot of it is kind of scary, and it's reflective upon the times that we live in now. I was a teenager back in the early 90s, and people said we had it rough, but there's nothing like being a teenager now, and I wouldn't pay to have to go through what many of you are going through now with the STDs. I heard something like 1 in 4 kids have now an STD, and just crazy. I mean, that's taking 4 random people out of your high school and 1 of them has an STD. Those are crazy stats. So you've got that, you've got the sex pressure, you've got drugs, you've got now the pressure of being thin, too thin. It's crazy. So my heart goes out to the teenagers now because I know it's rough. But I had to create this video because of the number of emails that I've been getting, and I had to put a message on my contact form basically saying and warning people, hey, I may not be able to answer your email, and this is why. One of the reasons is, first of all, let's be real. I am not a physician. I am not a qualified, weight loss professional. I'm just a person who had experienced a little bit of a stomach roll, or muffin top as they call it, a few years back, and I learned how to manage that and deal with that, so I created a site about it. So the information that I know that can help you is already on my site, so I encourage you to make sure you read my tips on food options and different exercises that you can do, and also read the articles about the myths. That's one great thing about Flat Stomach Exercises, is that it keeps it real. I keep it real. I'm not a site, I didn't build a site that says, hey, this is how you can lose weight overnight, because you know what? You can't do that in a healthy way. So I don't write about that kind of stuff. Yes, it may take a long time, but you'll do it the healthy way. So that's one reason I'm not comfortable. I am not a qualified physician. So if you do believe you are overweight, the first person you should go to is not an anonymous site. You should go to a loved one or a parent so they can send you to a doctor. And if the doctor tells you you're overweight, then take it from there. He should provide you with some advice on what you should do specifically for your individual body. What you may need to do may be different from what someone else may need to do. So that's why it's important you consult a doctor. And if the doctor the doctor tells you are not overweight, then that's a whole nother ball game. Then we're talking about self-esteem. We're talking about, you say your thighs are big, or they're fat, or your arms are fat. In comparison to who? Your friend Allison? In comparison to what some of the boys are telling you? I mean, who is to say how fat you really are? And I think that's what it is for a lot of teenagers. They're comparing themselves to the magazines, to the movie stars, to the TV programs. Tyra Banks last year, I think it was, they called her fat because she was 160 pounds. Tyra's 5'11", 6'1". She's 160 pounds. She should be 160 pounds, basically. So what kind of message does that send to another teen who has those same stats and is being, if they're calling Tyra Banks the supermodel fat with those stats? What is a teenager with those stats supposed to think? Of course, she's going to think she's fat too. So the media, it's just ridiculous, the amount of pressure that they're putting on our youth today on body image. So that's why I created this special page on my site for teens, because I really wanted you guys to realize that a lot of this is not about weight, it's about self-esteem. Now, you're probably saying, what are you talking about? You're already, an average weight, or you're thin. Well, I've never been overweight, but I had the opposite problem as a teen. I was underweight, and I was a healthy weight according to my doctor, but I just had a small frame, so I appeared underweight to my peers, and so I was teased so much as a kid. I mean, I had such low self-esteem, and a lot of people say, well, I wish I had your problem. But you know what? It's not about whether you're skinny or whether you're fat. It's about not fitting in. You wouldn't mind your weight if maybe people weren't talking about you, or if you weren't comparing your body to someone else. That's where the problem comes in. It's the self-esteem. It's the comparison factor, where you're saying, my legs don't look like hers, or my arms aren't as skinny as hers, so I must be fat. Or those boys aren't paying attention to me, so something must be wrong with me. It's the self-esteem. It's not the weight. So whether you're skinny or whether you're fat, it's the feeling of not fitting in that bothers you. And that's when the whole self-esteem thing has to come in. So, and I don't want to downplay those of you who are indeed overweight, because we live in a society now where a large percentage of teens are now overweight. And so if that is your issue, as I said before, I encourage you to seek help from a physician, someone who's qualified. And if the doctor won't help you, then it's time to find another physician, you know, because I have heard stories where people have tried to, you know, go to their doctor and the doctor wouldn't provide them help and just kind of blew it off. Well, then you do need to go to a doctor that does care and that wants to help you. That's the first step. But my main goal for this video was to talk to those of you who may not have a weight problem. It's just something from within. And I definitely encourage you to seek help for that, whether it's a counselor at school, whether it's a parent, whether it's someone that you can talk to. Because I have a feeling a lot of times when I get these emails, they're not from people who need help with weight. They need help with their self-esteem and their body image. So definitely, you know, read my site and pay attention to the articles that I have for teenagers. I think they will help you out. I get a lot of emails from teenagers all the time, and I love it, that say, thank you for writing that article. I never thought of it like that. All these years I've been thinking I was fat when it was really my self-esteem. You know, so I hope I can help a few more, actually a whole lot more teens with those articles. So take care and good luck and have a great day. Bye-bye.